In order to provide effective government, Red Deer County must manage its finances in a responsible way. Our mission is to provide responsible, approachable, and accountable government to our citizens. By respecting ratepayers' rights to understand where their tax dollars are allocated, transparency remains a cornerstone of county operations. Leadership, consistent decision-making, and open communications allow for the effective delivery of services. Red Deer County Council conducts annual strategic planning sessions where priorities are set based on ratepayer feedback and future needs. This strategic planning allows the organization to be proactive in its planning. It also allows Council to communicate its priorities to staff, who then work with Council to set the budget.
Some of their most important direction for us in the budget process is through strategic planning. It's ensuring that the budget is connected to a long-range plan. So we're not just simply choosing service levels for ratepayers and for the county. We're aligned to some longer-term goals. So I think that's why it's probably the most important part of our budgeting process.
The budget is not simply based on last year's levels of service. The local, provincial, and national economies are all taken into account when creating the budget. Council must first assess levels of funding coming from provincial and federal programs prior to determining how much additional funding is required. Local economic conditions have a large impact on the budget. Council aims to be reasonable with tax increases, especially when times are tough financially. Council creates a budget based on service levels that are required for daily life and ratepayer satisfaction. The overall county budget can be divided into several parts. The main areas consist of capital and operating expenditures. Capital expenditures involves items such as buildings and infrastructure. This consists of items that are concrete and expected to last more than one fiscal year. The operating expenditures include all of the everyday expenses that the county faces. In order for the county to conduct business, it must budget for operating expenses such as salaries, utilities, and office supplies.
Red Deer County is now budgeting for multiple years, 3 years for operating budgets and 5 years for capital. Multi-year budgeting will be an MGA requirement for all municipalities. We have adopted this mandate early because we recognize that it gives us an opportunity to see an extended picture of our financial requirements. This allows us to determine appropriate service levels to develop and grow in a sustainable manner. Our number one challenge is to balance urban growth and rural needs. Council and administration are mindful of the implications of both positions. Our budget process is tied very closely to the strategic plan as set by Council. We focus on maintaining current service levels, yet staying prepared for future growth, as well as protecting our existing infrastructure, such as bridges, roads, water, and wastewater systems.
The budget is not just made up of expenses. There must also be revenues in order for everything to balance. The largest single revenue for all municipalities is taxes. Not all taxation stays within the local municipality. Taxes are also collected for the public school system as well as the Seniors Housing Authority. Roughly 2/3 of funding comes from taxes. These tax dollars are collected at different rates depending on what type of land use is involved. Red Deer County collects taxes on farmland and commercial and residential property. In addition to taxes, funding comes from provincial and federal grants, user fees and permits, off-site levies, and transfers from municipal reserves. Reserves are like the county's savings account. They can be used for many different things, including funding community enhancements. Red Deer County provides many different services to its ratepayers. Some of the largest county expenditures are its roads and bridges, which are costly to build and maintain. In addition to this, items such as utility services, protective and emergency services, as well as planning and community services are all provided to ensure that county residents and businesses maintain a high standard of living. Red Deer County is proud to support many different organizations and events each year. From local clubs and community halls to large sporting and agriculture events, we provide sponsorship to dozens of outside organizations every year. The county works diligently to provide high-quality services while maintaining a competitive tax environment. We do our best to communicate all financial information in an easy-to-understand way. If you would like more information on the county's budgeting process or any other county function, go to rdcounty.ca or find us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also contact us at 403-350-2150.